So welcome to Economics Decoded. My name is Sanjana Chadha and आज हम start करने वाले हैं अपना 30 days का challenge. Today is day 1 of this 30 days challenge. So let's get started. Okay. So आज का हमारा topic रहने वाला है Introduction to Macroeconomics. So it would be an introductory class where we will be revising many important definitions जो एक मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है. बट बिफोर दैट लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स इज एक्चुअली. ओके, एज द नेम सजेस्ट, मैक्रो मीन्स इकोनॉमी as a whole. So when we study economic problems of the economy as a whole at a macro level, then we say it as macroeconomics. And micro और macro में difference क्या है? In microeconomics we are focused on towards individuals. ठीक है, हम individuals पे focus करते हैं, individual firm, individual producer, individual consumer. But in macroeconomics is all about what? When many firms come together, when many consumers make a decision together. उस डिसीजन को जब हम एनालाइज करते हैं via many statistical operations, using many theories and concepts which have been developed by many prominent economists, उसे हम macroeconomics कहते हैं. Okay, now let's move towards the formal definition of macroeconomics. Okay, so as I told you what macroeconomics is, it is a study of economic problems at macro level or at level of economy as a whole. Okay. Macroeconomics was not present earlier. It came up as a separate entity, as a separate subject when Mr. John Maynard Keynes, when he gave his book, जब इन्होंने अपनी बुक दी, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, in the year 1936. It was at that time when macroeconomics came up as a separate subject. इससे पहले classical thought, classical theory of economics was dominant, and they used to say that supply creates its own demand and there is no unemployment in the economy. Economy operates at full employment level. So ये उन्होंने कहा, and till then there was no problem in the economics, so there was no requirement of macroeconomics back then. It was John Maynard Keynes who brought attention towards macroeconomics after the Great Depression hit US and various other countries, and it was very difficult for them to come out of that Great Depression by following the thoughts of classicals. So it was at that time when macroeconomics emerged as a subject. Okay, so not going into much nitty-gritties of this because it is not important from exam point of view. It is just additional information which I have shared with you. Now coming to the next important thing is types of goods produced in the economy. So this is important, a very important topic. Types of goods. फिलहाल हम दो डिविजन्स में इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. First is final and intermediate goods. See, no need of writing notes or taking down the notes. Whatever I'm going to explain has already been written in the notes. I will be attaching the link of the same in the caption of the YouTube channel, so you can refer it from there. So just understand over here कि क्या concept है, वो ज़्यादा important है to understand. Next is consumer and capital goods. Okay, तो पहला है हमारा फाइनल एंड इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स एंड देन कंज्यूमर एंड कैपिटल गुड्स. अब हम ये सब चीजें पढ़ते हैं. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द फाइनल गुड्स. Final goods are the goods which are ready for use by the final consumers. Final goods, वो goods which are ready for use by the final consumers. The goods which are ready for use by the final consumers. अब ये final consumers कौन है? It is consumers, producers, government. All of them are the final consumers of the product. So वो goods which are available in the market for final consumption or which has crossed the production boundary. वो goods that have crossed the production boundary, जो कि फर्म से बाहर आ चुके हैं, उन्हें हम कहते हैं फाइनल गुड्स. एग्जाम्पल, ब्रेड, बटर, ट्रैक्टर, हार्वेस्टर. ओके, सो आप इससे सेपरेट एग्जाम्पल भी दे सकते हो. The goods which are ready to be utilized by consumer are something like this: bread, butter, then clothes, etc. And for producer, you can write these examples: tractor, harvester, and all. Okay, so the expenditure on final goods by producer. जब एक producer final goods पे खर्चा करता है, then that is known as investment expenditure. उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? Investment expenditure. ठीक है? When a producer spends on final good, it is investment expenditure, and the money spent by a consumer on final goods, that is consumption expenditure. So whenever it is asked कि final goods कितने sell हुए, how will you calculate the amount of final goods? It would be summation of investment goods plus consumption goods. So it would be summation of both. ये हो गया हमारा फाइनल गुड्स. सो आप ये फॉर्मूलाज लिख सकते हैं सो दैट आपको रिवाइज हो जाए. नाउ नेक्स्ट, कमिंग टुवर्ड्स इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स. इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स. इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स वो गुड्स होते हैं which have not crossed the production boundary. तो ये वो गुड्स हैं which have not crossed the production boundary, और value is still to be added to these goods. These are the goods which are available for resale or the raw material for other producer. ठीक है? Now इसका एक एग्जाम्पल पढ़ते हैं. It is very important. Okay. So what is the example? ठीक है? Suppose a carpenter wants to create furniture. ठीक है? A carpenter wants to create chair. एक carpenter को chair create करनी. What he will do? He will purchase wood from person A. वो person A से wood purchase करेगा. This wood, when purchased by carpenter to produce chair, this is a raw material for creating chair. So इसको हम कहते हैं intermediate goods. ये क्या होते हैं? Intermediate goods. So, and next example, resale का. I hope you have understood कि ये raw material. See, simple भाषा में, the goods which have not crossed the production boundary and the goods which are utilized by a producer for reselling to the other producer or are utilized by other producer as a raw material. तो जो भी हमने चेयर वाला एग्जांपल देखा, that to create furniture carpenter requires wood. He will be utilizing wood which he has purchased from producer A as a source of raw material for his chairs. Now next एक और example consider करते हैं which is ice creams. Okay, see, जो आइसक्रीम मैं लाई मार्केट से एज अ कंज्यूमर, दैट इज अ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट जो मुझे मिलता है. बट अगर ये आइसक्रीम हैव मोर के आइसक्रीम यूनिट से, आइसक्रीम प्रोडक्शन यूनिट से, हैव मोर प्रोडक्शन यूनिट से कोई शॉपकीपर लाता है कि मेरे को अपने शॉप में हैव मोर की आइसक्रीम्स रखनी है सो दैट जो भी मेरे पास कंज्यूमर्स हैं उनको बेच पाऊँ. तो जब वो शॉपकीपर हैव मोर की प्रोडक्शन यूनिट के पास गया to take this at that time, ये final good नहीं है. It is known as intermediate good. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं फिर उस टाइम intermediate good कहते हैं. Now how is it possible? See, जो good, whenever a good is available to consumer in the market, that is final good, no doubt. But जब a good is available for reselling or as a raw material for other producer, then that good is known as intermediate good. All right. So the basic line of difference between intermediate goods and final goods is here. They are used as raw material for production of other goods. As we have just studied, कि जो हमने अभी पढ़ा एग्जाम्पल में wood and carpenter वाले, that a carpenter wants to make a chair. So he will go to the market to other producer and buy wood from him. So that wood is not a final product. उससे भी chair बननी बाकी है. So that is a intermediate good. जो वो फाइनली चेयर बनाएगा एंड उसको सेल करेगा, दैट इज द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. उसे हम फाइनल गुड कहते हैं. सो दे आर नॉट यूज्ड एज रॉ मटेरियल, they are directly sold into the market. So this is the first line of difference. Then resold by firm for profit. जैसे कि हमने पढ़ा हैव मोर का जो प्रोडक्शन यूनिट है, जब वो एक शॉपकीपर को आइसक्रीम के जो बॉक्सेस हैं वो बेचेंगे, देन दैट इज रीसोल्ड बाय अ फर्म फॉर प्रॉफिट. एंड ये कब बिकेगा? जब जो शॉपकीपर आइसक्रीम्स को लेकर आए हैं वो उन्हें मार्केट में जाके अपनी शॉप पे जाके बेचेंगे. उनसे जब वो आइसक्रीम्स ले लेंगे फाइनल कस्टमर्स, द कंज्यूमर्स, then that will be known as final goods. Okay, and the value of final goods covers the value of intermediate goods. Okay, अब जो वुड की कॉस्ट है वो इवेंचुअली चेयर की कॉस्ट में एडेड ही होगी ना, then remains within the boundary line of production and are not ready for final users. So they are not ready for final users, whereas they have crossed the boundary of production and are ready for final users. Value is yet to be added to these goods. Example wood, whereas no value is to be added in these goods. Not included in national income estimation. Now as I said कि जो भी intermediate goods हैं उनकी value will be included in the final goods. So to avoid the problem of double counting, this intermediate goods are not included in national income. Then intermediate cost, okay, the expenditure, the money which a producer has spent on purchasing intermediate goods is intermediate cost or intermediate expenditure, whereas the money spent on purchase of final goods is known as final expenditure. Okay, now let's understand the problem of double counting. See, double counting. What is the problem of double counting in general? Supposingly the cost of wood ₹1000, ठीक है, इस पे at 1000 रुपीज की वुड एक कारपेंटर ने ली प्रोड्यूसर ए से, ठीक है, प्रोड्यूसर ए से कारपेंटर ने परचेज की है 1000 रुपीज की वुड. देन इसने यहाँ से चेयर बनाई एंड देन उसको बेचा at 3000 rupees. So what is the total profit? Total profit would be 3000 minus 1000, which is 2000 rupees का profit है. अब ये जो वैल्यू है इसमें वुड की वैल्यू इंक्लूडेड है, So that is why we did not include wood in the calculation of national income. While calculating national income, हम तभी intermediate goods को include नहीं करते because their value is already added in the final product. ये जो हमारा final good था, so their value is already added in final good. So that is why to avoid this problem of double counting, we do not include. Supposingly अगर हम इसको include करें, then what will happen? 1000 plus 3000, it would cost you 4000. तो यहाँ calculation में 4000 would be the amount of productivity which had happened in the economy as per the national income. But in general, the productivity was only of 3000. So 1000 extra. That is why eventually ये तो एक बहुत ही hypothetical example है. ऐसे ही कितने फिर लाखों एक्स्ट्रा हम इंक्लूड करते जाएंगे अपने नेशनल इनकम में, तो दैट विल बी अ फॉल्स फिगर. सो टू अवॉइड दिस प्रॉब्लम डबल काउंटिंग की, we only include the value of final goods in the national income estimation. Okay. Now, next is consumer goods and capital goods. Okay. Consumer goods are those goods which are directly utilized to directly used to satisfy consumer needs. Example, bread, butter, biscuits, etc. अगर कोई भी प्रोड्यूसर गुड्स खरीदता है तो दे दोज गुड्स व्हिच आर परचेज्ड बाय अ प्रोड्यूसर will not be counted in consumer goods. Never. Okay. So that is the important thing. Now this consumer good is of 4 important types. What are the 4 important types? First is durable goods. ये जो होते हैं they are high value goods होते हैं. ठीक है, they are durable goods, a high value product जो थोड़े महंगे होते हैं, like fridge, TV, then car, scooty. So these are the goods which are utilized for years. They're utilized for years. Then it's semi-durable. Semi-durable consumer goods. Semi-durable consumer goods are the goods which are utilized for 1 year or slightly more. जो 1 year यूज करते हैं या slightly more यूज करते हैं. Example, clothes, electric items. ठीक है, electric items usually like a toaster, then a sandwich maker. So these things are utilized for 1 year or slightly more. So they come under semi-durable goods. Then is non-durable goods. Non-durable goods में क्या आता है? Non-durable goods are goods which are used for single time. Okay, they are utilized for one time basis only, like milk, bread, petrol, ink, etc. ठीक है, एक बार आप कभी मिल्क का पैकेट लाते हैं, मिल्क का पैकेट आपने खोल दिया तो यू विल नॉट यूज इट फॉर 10 years और इवन फॉर 1 year. ओके, सो दे आर नॉन ड्यूरेबल गुड्स जिसको आप जब यूटिलाइजेशन करते हो आपको इसी टाइम इसको खत्म करना पड़ता है. ब्रेड, बटर, आइसक्रीम, then ink, petrol and all. So they are the goods which are non-durable in nature. Fourth is your services. Services which are non-material goods. Okay? Non-material goods which directly satisfies human wants. Okay? Example, doctor, teacher, lawyer. So they are all examples of services. Okay, non-material goods which directly. So basically, these are the some of important consumer goods. Okay, ये चार हमारे importantly आते हैं in consumer goods. First is durable consumer goods, semi-durable consumer goods, non-durable consumer goods, and services. Okay, hope you have understood. Got it. Now, next is your capital goods. Capital goods are the goods which are used in the process of production for several years. Used in process of production for several years. Example, machines, machineries, and plants. Plant, like plots exactly. Yeah. So, वो goods which are used in the process of production for several years, they are known as capital goods. A very important thing is all machines are not capital goods. So, for example, अगर हमारे पास सिविंग मशीन होती है, ठीक है, सिलाई की मशीन बेसिकली, अगर वो सिलाई की मशीन हमारे घर में प्रेजेंट है तो इट इज नॉट अ कैपिटल गुड. When these resources, when these machineries, plots are present with a consumer, then they will not be counted in capital goods. The thing is, the main line of difference is, जब ये सब चीजें प्रेजेंट होती हैं किसी प्रोड्यूसर के पास, a sewing machine with a tailor, that is a capital good in that case. ठीक है, the tailor is going to use it for several years and he's a producer who is using that sewing machine. वो सिलाई की मशीन यूज करते हैं क्यों? To make good clothes, to stitch. Okay. Another line of example is like एक tourist agency है, they are having a car, they purchase a car, then that is capital good. But you purchasing a car as a consumer will not be a capital good. So all machines are not capital good. Okay. So ये एक important चीज है to understand. When the resources are utilized by the consumer, then that will not be counted in capital goods. But अगर वो जो resources हैं वो कोई producer use कर रहा है, then that is counted in capital goods. So it is important to note that all capital goods are producer goods, but all are not capital goods. Oh, it's a very important thing. Listen. See, जो capital goods होते हैं, capital goods are the fixed asset of a producer. वो होते हैं fixed asset of a producer. In producer behavior, you must have read about it. There are two types of factors of production. First is fixed factor of production and another is variable factors of production. So capital goods are basically the fixed factors of production, fixed assets of a producer, which are utilized by producer for several years. Okay, उसे ही हम कहते हैं capital goods. If a good is purchased by a producer and is not utilized for many years or even 1 year, then that is not a capital good. भले वो producer नहीं क्यों ना खरीदा. So ये एक important चीज है to remember. जैसे कि कारपेंटर ने वुड खरीदी, ठीक है, दैट वुड उसे उसने चेयर बना दी, तो ही इज नॉट यूजिंग दैट वुड फॉर सेवरल इयर्स, ही इज यूजिंग दैट वुड फॉर टेम्पररी बेसिस. ओके, देन वो दूसरी वुड आएगा. सो इट इज नॉट अ फिक्स्ड एसेट हियर. So that is important to remember that all capital goods are producer goods, but not all producer goods are capital goods. अब sewing machine है. In case of tailor, a sewing machine is a capital good because he is going to utilize it for several years. But the thread or the cloth he will be using to make or stitch, basically, it is not a capital good. It is a variable good. Okay. Now another very important concept is stock and flow. Stocks and flows. Stocks क्या होता है? So stocks are a quantity measured at a particular point of time. When something is measured at a particular point of time, उसको हम stock कहते हैं. When something is measured over a period of time, उसे हम flow कहते हैं. Flows. Okay. So stocks and flows. When value of a variable at a particular point, when we consider the value of a variable at a particular point of time, then that is stocks, And when we consider value of a variable over a period of time, then उसको हम flows कहते हैं. इसको थोड़ा और डिटेल में समझते हैं. It is not time dimensional. जैसे कि कोई भी चीज जब आप ऑन द स्पॉट चेक करते हो, ठीक है, कि मेरे जेब में कितने पैसे हैं, तो आप ये नहीं चेक करोगे, यू विल नॉट कैलकुलेट कि 10 साल पहले कितने थे. जस्ट फोकस ऑन अभी वाला पॉइंट, ठीक है, करेंटली कितने पैसे हैं मेरी जेब में. So that is not time dimensional. I'm just talking about specific time which is present. Okay. Whereas this is time dimensional. It is measured in terms of per hour, per month, per year. तो ये उस टाइम पे ऐसे ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, इट कैन बी पर मंथ, इट कुड बी पर ईयर एंड ऑल, तब उसमें देखा जाता है. एग्जाम्पल कैपिटल, एग्जाम्पल वेल्थ. आपके पास कितनी वेल्थ प्रेजेंट है. यू विल नॉट सिट एंड कैलकुलेट कि 10 साल पहले इतनी थी अब इतनी है. नो, यू विल जस्ट टेल अबाउट करंट वेल्थ. जब भी इंडिया के रिचेस्ट लोगों की लिस्ट बनती है, वी ऑलवेज टेक अबाउट करंट वेल्थ ऑफ दोज पीपल, नॉट कि 10 साल पहले उनके पास कितनी थी, what amount was there with the billionaires or millionaires. See, so capital is a stock concept which is measured at a particular point of time, which is checked at a present time. Quantity of money, जैसे वही कितने पॉकेट में पैसे, इट इज वही एग्जाम्पल आप ले सकते हो टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, कि कितना प्रेजेंट है मनी मेरे पास प्रेजेंटली. तो इट इज ऑलवेज सीन इन प्रेजेंट टर्म्स. पॉपुलेशन ऑफ अ कंट्री, रिमेंबर, population of a country is always seen at present time. When we talk about growth of population, then it is a flow concept. जब आप growth check कर रहे हो, when you are trying to analyze or compare with the past, कि growth कितनी हुई population में, then it is a flow concept. Whereas population of a country itself is a stock concept. Distance between Mumbai and Pune, the distance will not be changing every year, every month. ऐसे चेंज नहीं होगा. The distance will remain specific. So that is a stock concept. Whereas यहाँ पे capital formation, capital formation is comparing with the past, कि पहले कितना capital था, अब कितना है उसके comparison. So that is a flow concept. When we are comparing between present and past, we are checking out कि क्या था क्या है, then it is a flow concept. Speed of car between Mumbai to Pune, okay, it is a flow concept. कि स्पीड कितना चेंज हुई इस 1 घंटे में. पहले जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया कार को, तब आई वॉज मूविंग एट द स्पीड, बट देन व्हेन आई वॉज रीचिंग देयर, तो मेरी स्पीड बढ़ी या कम हुई. तो इट इज फ्लो कंसेप्ट. देन इंटरेस्ट ऑन कैपिटल, इंटरेस्ट कीप ऑन चेंजिंग, राइट. तो पहले क्या इंटरेस्ट था, अभी क्या इंटरेस्ट है, दैट इज द फ्लो कॉन्सेप्ट. देन बर्थ रेट, यहाँ हमने समझा पॉपुलेशन, बट व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ रेट, birth rate, death rate, I'm making a comparison. तो उसे हम flow concept कहेंगे. Okay. Now there are certain things which are there for your homework, but before that, हम एक important topics और रह गए हैं दो हमारे. Let's just do them. Consumption expenditure. Okay. Consumption expenditure is basically expenditure incurred in economy by household, by the final consumer, right? Government or any non-profit private organization. Okay, so why I have not included producers in this case? Because producers हम नहीं include करते whenever we talk about consumption expenditure. Consumption expenditure is always specific to final consumers. It could be household, ये सारे हमारे final consumers हैं, ठीक है. Households, government, private organization. So ये सारे जब ये खर्चा करते हैं कुछ भी final product खरीदने में, that is known as consumption expenditure. Okay. So what would be the formula of aggregate consumption expenditure? It is nothing but expenditure by household plus government plus non-profit private organization. So aggregate consumption expenditure is nothing but the expenditure done by household, government and non-profit private organizations. Okay. Then, so eventually we can say that these three are the final consumers of the consumption goods, consumer goods. Producer जो खरीदता है, it is not consumption, it is production. Then, and अगर वो ऐसे goods खर्चा कर रहे हैं which is for long term basis, which is fixed in nature, then that is capital goods, as we have studied previously. Last but not least is the investment. Okay, so fixed investment and inventory investment. So last is the topic of investment. First is your fixed investment and then is inventory investment. Supposing like producer के पास 10 cars थी, एक टूरिस्ट एजेंसी के पास 10 cars थी, and इस year उनके पास 15 cars है. So their fixed investment has increased by 5 units. ठीक है? So what is the definition of this? It is increase in stock of fixed assets of producer during an accounting year. इसको हम कहते हैं फिक्स्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट. जैसे कि वही कार वाला एग्जांपल, पहले लास्ट ईयर 10 कार्स थी, दिस ईयर 15 कार्स है, तो टोटल fixed investment is 5 units. So the investment done on fixed or capital assets is known as fixed investment. ठीक है, वो इन्वेस्टमेंट जो एक प्रोड्यूसर करता है ऑन लॉन्ग टर्म प्रोडक्ट्स ऑन हिज फिक्स्ड एसेट्स इज नोन एज फिक्स्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट. इन्वेंटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या होती है? इट रेफर्स टू stock of it refers to stock of finished goods which have been unsold finished goods, then semi finished goods and raw material. So the stock of variable items with the producer which are present with the producer in the production boundary, within the production boundary, they are known as inventory investments. ठीक है, it includes stock of finished goods which have not been sold yet, जो कि बिके नहीं है अभी तक, and semi finished goods जिनमें अभी भी value addition बाकी है, they have not been final goods, इनमें अभी भी काम चल रहा है, raw material. That is the inventory of the producer which he uses to produce final goods. उसको हम कहते हैं inventory investment. Now this inventory investment is of two types. Inventory investment, it is desired and undesired. Okay. See, desired is a planned inventory stock maintained by producer to meet future requirements. ठीक है, डिजायर्ड वो होता है इन्वेंटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट जो कि एक फिस्कल ईयर में प्लान किया गया. सपोज मैं एक प्रोड्यूसर हूँ, मैंने प्लान किया कि मैं ऐसे 1000 डस्टर बेचूंगी इस ईयर में. सो आई हैव प्लान टू प्रोड्यूस 1000 डस्टर्स लाइक दिस. सो दिस इज डिजायर्ड इन्वेंटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट कि मैं उस हिसाब से रिसोर्सेज को यूटिलाइज करूंगी सो दैट आई कैन प्रोड्यूस 1000 डस्टर्स लाइक दिस. अनडिजायर्ड इन्वेंटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट इज जब मैंने सोचा कि मार्केट में 1000 ऐसे डस्टर्स बिकेंगे इस ईयर, बट बिके केवल 500 या बिके केवल 600, तो जो रिमेनिंग इन्वेंटरी रह गई विच आई डिड प्लान कि ये रह जाएगी, उसे हम अनडिजायर्ड इन्वेंटरी इन्वेस्टमेंट कहते हैं. ओके, सो इट इज मेंटेन्ड बाय प्रोड्यूसर फॉर मीटिंग द फ्यूचर रिक्वायरमेंट. वेयरएज ये जो है ये अनडिजायर्ड है, वो चाहते नहीं है कि ये रहे, बट फॉर सम रीजन, बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजन ये रह गई, इट हैज रिमेन अनसोल्ड. ओके, it happens when the demand for a good is lower than the supply. So जब किसी चीज की demand is less than the supply, then it leads to undesired inventory investment and it causes a lot of losses. We know this concept कि जब demand is less than supply, then it creates losses for producers eventually. So that's it for this particular day. And last remaining thing is some of the questions which are there as a homework for you. We will be discussing these questions in the next class. Okay. Identify stocks and flows. 100 rupee note. Second, service of tutor. Please write it down. Machinery of sugar mill. production of computers, investment. So you have to identify whether these things are stocks or flows. So इनमें से कौन सा stock है कौन सा flow है, you have to identify and write it down. That's it for this particular video. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Keep on working hard for your exams and subscribe to channel Economics Decoded. Thank you. Bye bye.